Assalamu alaikum. How are you, students? Hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah and are enjoying our online classes. So, dear students of Standard 11 and 12, welcome back to my physics class. Me, Mafrun Shati. Today, I am going to explain molar specific heat and relation between Cp and Cv from your chapter 1, that is of physics second paper, that is thermodynamics. Molar specific heat. At first, I am to explain it. The molar heat capacity or molar specific heat of a chemical substance is the amount of energy that must be added in the form of heat to 1 mole of the substance in order to cause an increase of 1 unit in its temperature. That means the amount of heat that is required to raise 1 Kelvin temperature of 1 mole gas is called molar specific heat. An object's specific heat, symbol C, is defined as the ratio of the amount of heat energy transferred to an object to the resulting increase in temperature of the object. Look, Q equal to, that means amount of heat equal to mc del T. Here Q is heat flow, m is the mass, C is the specific heat, and del T equal to temperature change. So from here, from this equation, we can write C equal to del Q by m del T. That means if del Q amount of heat is supplied to the system, then the heat capacity is the ratio of the amount of heat which is supplied to the system to the resulting temperature, increase of temperature of the object. C equal to del Q by m del T. And what will be its unit? Its unit will be joule per mole per Kelvin, because you know the mass of the gas is measured in mole. So it will be joule, the unit of heat is joule. So it will be joule per mole per Kelvin. We get molar specific heat in two cases, that is molar specific heat at constant pressure and molar specific heat at constant volume. So now I will explain those two in the next slide. Molar specific heat at constant pressure. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of gas to 1 Kelvin or 1 degree Celsius when pressure is kept constant is called molar specific heat at constant pressure, and it is denoted by Cp, and its SI unit is joule per Kelvin per mole. Look, here the volume of the gas before heating is V1, and after supplying del Q amount of heat, the volume of the gas is changed to V2. So here the volume is changed by keeping the pressure constant, and the temperature has also changed. So here we can see the heat which is supplied to the system, that is used to increase the temperature, that means used to increase the internal energy and also to do external work done. Because here volume is changed, that means the system does work. Now I will explain molar specific heat at constant volume. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of gas to 1 Kelvin when the volume is kept constant is called molar specific heat at constant volume. It is denoted by Cv, and its SI unit is joule per Kelvin per mole. Look here, before heating, some amount of gas is kept in a cylinder. A piston is tightly fitted in it. Then before heating, the volume of the gas was V, and after heating also the volume of the gas is same, that is V. So here volume is constant, and if volume is constant, you have seen in isochoric system, when volume remains constant and heat is supplied to the system, then the external work done will be 0, because there is no change of volume. so the external work done will be 0. So the heat which is supplied to the system is used to increase the internal energy, that means to increase temperature. Dear student, this type of question frequently comes into the exam, that is explain why Cp is always greater than Cv. Cp, that means molar specific heat at constant pressure. It is always greater than molar specific heat at constant volume. Why? Can you tell? The heat capacity at constant pressure Cp is always greater than the heat capacity at constant volume Cv, because when heat is added at constant pressure, the substance expands and works. So, I will make it clear, more clear. Suppose if you want to raise 1 Kelvin temperature of 1 mole gas, then you have to supply heat. So if you supply heat to 1 mole gas for raising 1 Kelvin temperature by keeping its volume constant, that time the heat which is supplied to the system is used to only increase the temperature, not to volume, because volume is constant. But if you want to increase 1 Kelvin temperature of 1 mole gas by keeping its pressure constant, that time pressure remains constant but the volume is changed and also the temperature is changed. So the heat which is supplied to the system is not only used to increase the temperature but also used to do external work done. That's why Cp is always greater than Cv. Look, here when volume is constant, then Cv equal to 3.12 kilojoule per kg per degree Celsius. And when pressure is constant, that time volume is changed. So I have told you temperature is changed and external work is done by the system. So for this purpose, Cp is greater, that is 5.2 kilojoule per kg per degree Celsius. That's why Cp is always greater than Cv. So in this way, if this question comes into your exam, then you can explain. Now we will derive a relationship between Cp and Cv. Dear students, any kind of derivation will not come into the exam, but derivation is very much necessary to understand physics by your heart. That's why I request to you, you must pick up this derivation into your copy. You will practice this derivation, then it will be more easier to you. Suppose 1 mole gas is confined in a cylinder with a frictionless piston fitted on it. Its pressure is P, volume is V, temperature T, internal energy U. If dq amount of heat is supplied to the gas, keeping the pressure constant, then its internal energy, volume and temperature are increased to du, dv and dt. If the amount of external work done is dw, then from first law of thermodynamics we get, you know, first law of thermodynamics, dq equal to du plus dw. So but for the heat supply to the system, if the volume expansion of gas is dv, then work done dw equal to what? dw equal to p dv. So by putting this value in this equation, it becomes dq equal to du plus p dv, equation 1. But we know the increase in internal energy of 1 mole gas is the product of molar specific heat at constant volume and change of temperature dt. That means d equal to Cv dt. So change of internal energy of 1 mole gas is the product of specific heat at constant volume into change of temperature dt. d equal to Cv dt. From equation 1 was what? dq equal to du plus p dv. So in place of d we can put cv dt and it becomes dq equal to cv dt plus p dv. Equation 2. We also know that the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole gas to 1 Kelvin or 1 degree Celsius when pressure is kept constant is called molar specific heat at constant pressure. So Cp equal to dq by dt. So dq equal to Cp dt, equation 3. Now put the value of equation 3 in equation 2. We get what? We get, by putting the value of dq in equation 2, we get Cp dt equal to Cv dt plus p dv. It is equation 4. Again, molar gas constant is R. You know, from chemistry also you know that molar gas constant is defined by R. It is also known as Boltzmann constant. Then for 1 mole of gas we know Pv equal to RT. For ideal gas you know Pv equal to nRT. If n equal to 1 then you can write Pv equal to RT. Now we will do differentiation. Differentiation is one type of mathematical function. We will use here that function. We will differentiate this equation Pv equal to RT with respect to T. So d by dt of Pv equal to d by dt of RT. Here P is constant and here R is also constant. So while doing differentiation, constant is taken outside of differentiation. So P will be taken outside. P dv by dt equal to R is taken outside, R dt by dt, but dt by dt equal to 1. So we can write here only simply R. So P dv equal to R dt. Here we will do cross multiplication. Dt is multiplied over there with R. Now we will put the value of P dv in equation 4. Then we get what? Cp dt equal to Cv dt plus R dt. Now we can omit dt from both sides. Then it becomes Cp minus Cv equal to R. And this is the relation between Cp and Cv. That means molar specific heat at constant pressure minus molar specific heat at constant volume equal to R. So Cp equal to Cv plus R. Now I will show there is another type of relation, that is the ratio of Cp and Cv. The ratio of Cp and Cv is a mathematical index which is called gamma. At constant volume, all the heat added goes into raising the temperature, and at constant pressure, some of the heat goes to doing work. Such relationship we derive from for ideal gas to finding the ratio is called gamma. For monoatomic gas, Cv equal to 3 by 2 R, and as Cp equal to Cv plus R, so Cp equal to 3 by 2 R plus R, that means 5 by 2 R. For diatomic gas, Cv equal to 5 by 2 R and Cp equal to Cv plus R, so it becomes 7 by 2 R. So as you know, gamma equal to Cp by Cv. So gamma for monoatomic gas will be 1.67 and for diatomic gas it will be 1.4. Dear students, you have to remember the value of gamma because in MCQ this type of question can come. What is the value of gamma for monoatomic gas, for diatomic gas, for polyatomic gas? Yes, for polyatomic gas it is 1.33. You have to remember also that. And for doing math, you will require this value. So I think you have understood molar specific heat at constant pressure and at constant volume. Today my content is not that much long, that much large. So you will practice this mathematical derivation, and in the next class I will show you some mathematical problem based on these formulas. So till then, stay safe and strong. Every day holds the possibility of a miracle. So hope for the best. Goodbye everybody.